지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Yeah, you're going to get that, and there's going to be some maps where you're not favored, but you win anyway, and that's why it's the tiebreaker with the away maps, because if you can do that more often, then obviously you're doing something better than players of the other race, or just, in general, other players in your group. So that's, working out as expected, and Impact going to 3-3. Really, anything can happen from here. Even Alive could fall down. Like, he could drop the ball. He's at 4-2.
That's true.
6 wins to get out. Let us not forget, he needs 2 more, and people have kind of dropped the ball and just failed from here before.
Yeah, I mean, the only player that I'm really losing hope for is Jakchi.
Yeah.
And in fact, with our next match, ByuN versus Rogue, you know what I was talking about at the beginning where I hope it goes to like 3 a.m. and, we just have like a huge tie? If Rogue beats ByuN, the playing field has become so much more equal.
Yeah, because then we'll have 2 players at 3-3 and 2 at 4-2.
And then 1 at 3-2.
So everybody's really just there.
Yeah, they're all within like a win or so.
All
of each
5
other.
players.
A win or a loss, yeah.
There you go.
All right, this is ByuN's home map, Ruins of Endion.
Yeah, he's facing a Zerg. He beat Rogue on Rogue's map before. On, ByuN's away map there. So, and that was on Frost. So on Ruins of Endion, I would expect him to take this win. But Rogue, even in his last game, he's showing signs of coming back and just getting a bit more comfortable in this group.
Yeah.
So let's not count him out just yet.
He has definitely started to play better than what it looked like in the beginning of the day, so that's good. And while you and I were kind of sitting around waiting for it to start again, he and Impact were the only 2 in the booths. Like, they were actually sitting in there, like, playing, practicing, doing whatever.
Other players, they were taking breaks. They were going and getting food. Not these guys. No. The 2 Zergs, they're powering it through. And as you said, both of them 2-3, they really needed to, practice a bit and be prepared for the second half.
Well, they've got to win a ton of games from here on out if they want to be in the SSL. It is time, Valdez.
Going into Ruins of Endion for another TVZ, a very popular map choice for Terrans up against Zergs. Let's see if ByuN can win it out against Rogue. Here we are on Sideways Arena. Down in the bottom left in the red, the Terran player. It is ByuN.
Wouldn't this be vertical arena?
Yeah, that works too, actually. But it is Arena flipped on its side if you're looking.
Yeah,
I suppose. Down here in the bottom right, it's Rogue. Everybody knows him. He's a Zerg player.
Yep.
Not too much new going on. These intros.
Not too much.
By game number 26, I'm like, do I even have to say this anymore? You guys know who it is.
Like, guys, there's 2 StarCraft players, whatever. They're nerds, they're dorks.
We're watching StarCraft. Deal with it.
All right. Kind of an aggressive opening, perhaps, from Rogue. Can't say for sure. It could be defensive as well. But that is a gas and pull before the hatch.
This is, if it is defensive, he's going to be ultra safe against any kind of aggressive build that the Terran does. Like 3 Racks Reaper. It is ByuN, so that's something that he could be thinking about here.
Yeah, it definitely could be, but it doesn't look like it is. I think macro games here are pretty good for Terran anyways, just because denying that 4th base against Zerg is pretty easy while harassing, and obviously you can kill those rocks and just feel safe.
Yeah, so maybe he just wants to get a bunch of Lings over there and get over there before the rocks fall down. He's only making 2, though.
Okay, he's starting to take drones off gas already. I was wondering if it would be something crazy like quick drops. We've talked a lot about the Queen Ling drops and how that's like out of the meta, but sometimes we still see it.
Yeah, and he keeps some drones in gas there. Even after the speed goes down, he may just want to get that for the Overlord speed. A very common thing we've been seeing nowadays, just to see what kind of style ByuN wants to go for.
ByuN actually grabbing his 2nd barracks, before a factor or anything. That's not super common.
Yeah, it looks like the build he was doing in the first game against Rogue, which is just the double racks, the first one reactor, second one tech lab, get stim, tech up to double.
Yeah, double starport.
Yeah, well, double
reactor.
Yeah. I made that same mistake.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same level of insanity in this cast. But yeah, this is if we do see Rogue commit to the Overlord speed, which he hasn't gotten yet. He should be able to scout this and respond to it, but let's see. Yeah, there's the speed.
Yeah, the speeds. I've seen that almost all the time from all Zergs. Well, you know, it'll give him some intel. I'm still wondering about. I guess the very early gas and pool must have been because he was afraid of a 3-Rex Reaper. ByuN has shown it today. He's very good at it. Rogue doesn't want to lose any of that crap, and if he's playing safe builders like this, maybe he feels like he can do it.
Hey guys, whoa.
Wow.
Getting freaky with the afro.
Oh my god.
I'm liking it.
But I wonder if, like, Rogue has got, like, a really solid mindset. He's like, I'm just going to open safe. He's not going to be able to hurt me early, and then I'm going to kill him. Like, that's what this is kind of screaming out, the build that he's chosen to me.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a build that Dark would do, you know? We see this sometimes from him where he's like...
Dark opens so safe.
Yeah, even that time he opened the one Ravager just to deal with potential...
proxy Reapers.
Yeah, Reapers on Orbital.
Yeah.
In the GSL.
That was like so weird because you're against innovation, right? So it's like, well, I mean, this guy's like the best macro Terran in the world. You should probably not open safe. You should open greedy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's fine.
He's that confident.
Yeah.
Rogue showing a bit of that here. He is going to go into Banelings once again. I don't think he has made a Roach Warren. No, he hasn't. So, going to have a similar kind of style here to what he had when he was dealing with this build the first time around. I feel like he's going to have to deal with this a little bit better than the last time. He really needs to make sure he produces enough units to sufficiently respond to the drops of ByuN that are eventually coming in.
Yeah, ByuN is going to go pretty crazy with that, so he needs to have a lot of units. The Lings and Banes are being produced. He definitely has enough as long as he spots it incoming. And of course, they're going to be a little bit quicker at reacting to drops than Roach Ravager would be, so kind of cool to see him mix up the style that we've seen mostly lately.
Yeah, let's see where ByuN wants to drop. It does get spotted, and he was thinking about the Bane, but now he's just going to go and drop outside here. He can scan, he can try to clear up some of the creep, and make sure he's safe about his drop.
There he goes, stimming in right now, scanning as well, targeting down all those Banes, or as many as he could. Almost losing a medevac, but getting out.
That was so close. I love the focus fire there from Rogue. And you could see what that does. Like, ByuN immediately has to pull back. He was focusing down the Banelings, and if his medevac wasn't being focused down and the Queens were attacking the Marines, he could have just stayed there and fought.
Yeah.
Because the medevacs would have healed, and he could have just fought against only Lings and Queens. So, at the same time, he's still pushing it.
Good moves by ByuN. He's killed a lot of creep tumors so far. Gonna actually close this up. Dropping again here in the main base as well.
ByuN is so consistent with sniping that. But look at this micro, too.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
This is why you got to get ByuN on your team.
I know,
Jesus.
right?
This guy is so good. This is cute. Rogue trying to do some...
hey, a big Baneling drop
drops.
would be gigantic. A big would be gigantic. That doesn't even...
It would be big.
I am starting to lose my mind. This is overcast now. But no, if he nails this Baneling drop, that can put him actually way ahead.
Let's see how much damage he does.
Yeah, ByuN only has 49 SCVs right now. It's a big possibility with this.
Oh, ByuN. He notices it, an immediate pull and a stim. He even stims first, and he should be able to snipe that. There you go.
Wow. Losing that, doing absolutely zero damage other than an SCV pull. Great job by ByuN. So on top of things.
Yeah, this guy is just really on another level, it looks like. I'm kind of sad that we were underestimating him coming into this group, but he's really, proven himself today. It's been a delight to watch him so far. Let's see if he can keep it up.
ByuN right now taking his third base. It's still just 3 bases for Rogue. Hasn't been able to expand once again. Definitely could end up being an issue here. You cannot be playing on even bases against Terran for very long. Maybe Dark can, but that's it.
Well, Dark by this point, he'd be already getting a hive up or something like that. Like
Dark is waiting in the last parts of SSL right now, as far as I can tell.
He's just watching all these games. He's studying all his opponents, like, Well, he may wait to see who he gets in his group first, but he's watching his games anyway. Getting all the intel he wants.
Can't quite get that creep tumor. He is really on top of trying to take down creep tumors, though. Definitely got to hand it to him for that. 2-2 melee on the way, and 2-2 for Terran as well. Baneling speed, Roach speed, Infestation Pit. So starting to see the type of strategy Rogue wants to go for. Ling Bane early to defend, then later on into Roaches with those speed Banes.
Scanning here, he is going to clean up some of those creep tumors and continuously harass. This is that ByuN style, just never-ending harass. Always being in your face, always keeping the creep back. And now we do see Rogue has finally escaped with those rocks being killed. Let's see what he wants to do with that. It looks like he's heading towards the third base rocks. Going to try to break that down.
I got to point something out, Valdez. Like, something that really irks me about just Zerg players in general, not the race, but the actual people who choose to play the race. It is so rare that you see them using Overlords to drop creep in their own bases. Rogue is actually doing that a lot all over the place, I've noticed.
Is he really?
Yeah, and that's like a Zerg after my own heart right there. Like, why the hell wouldn't you do that? And he's got some, he's got one like on the left side of his main. He's got some just connecting some areas. I saw a bunch of Overlords just randomly dropping creep, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Zergs, you need to do that more often.
Select all the Overlords and just make them drop creep, right?
Hockey's G, guys. Just do it.
It's not that hard to set it up. It's all about getting them into position to where it matters. That is the hard part. So. Well, we see Rogue now. Now that he's taken the space, he wants to open up this path so no, tank shenanigans or any kind of drops can come down there where ByuN can just drop back. So, gonna open up this path too.
You know what? This game looks a little bit different from what we've seen from ByuN. ByuN has kind of been smashing people, but so far this game, while he's doing well, he's not really dealing that much damage to Rogue. Yeah, it's slowing down a third, a little, pick off a few units here and there. It's not really that much damage though.
Yeah, I was surprised that he didn't commit more, actually, and that now that it's kind of transitioned into a bit of a macro game, that he's not, trying to take a fourth base and macro up here. Now he wants to swing the hammer, and these units are out of position. That's so much bio. He's just going to focus down that hatchery.
Oh, the infestors are here, but we don't see any fungals going off. Maybe not enough energy right there. Takes off that fourth base, such a big deal. Trying to drop into the third, but that's cleaned up very quickly.
Well, he's going to drop in here, immediately picks up as he sees there is everything in position. But yeah, taking out that fourth base is really nice. A nice bit of momentum he's got there. Where, Rogue, where is he going to take his fourth base now? Is he going to try to the north, or does he try to remake it there? Or not sure what he does. He's been on 3 bases mining for a very long time.
Yeah, that's very, very rough, but at least he's getting his Ultralisks very quickly. He's got to be careful, though, because if he's on 3-base economy, like, for instance, those Lings that we just saw run in, he can't be losing those. If you're going to 3-base Ultra, you have to be careful not to hemorrhage units, because you're just not going to have enough money to make enough units to be with your Ultras, because Ultras alone suck.
Yeah. You need other stuff. You need to lock down the units with Infestors.
Surround them with Lings, perhaps, something like that.
Ravagers in the back doing some damage while they kite. So I definitely see your point. And it looks like now perhaps he wants to take that fourth base. He still hasn't broken the rocks there, though.
Yeah.
Even though he's making a command center. I don't know.
Maybe he'll make it a planetary and let it take care of it itself. And then realize it can't lift off. And then it should have just left the rocks, probably.
Well, we got some Liberators coming in. Rogue has kept these Ravagers back to deal with this for a very long time in this game, so he's been good about not taking too much damage from the Liberators. ByuN again with this creep cleanup.
Being very on top of that. Nice fungal does go down. Throws down his biles as well with it.
Rogue saves the Banes too, and he uses it for this follow-up fight, but they all get taken out before they can run into the Marines.
Oh, coming through in a tiny little choke. He's got to be careful. He does turn around very smartly there. There were at least a couple fungals available, so that would have been just devastating. In the meantime, chitinous plating almost done. Ultras on the way as well.
Yeah, and you can see that ByuN really skimping on the tanks. He really just wants to get pure bio out here with a couple of Hellbats mixed in from earlier.
Ooh, Macro Hatch gets picked off there. Fungal goes down, not that impactful. His fourth base, in the meantime, being harassed a little bit. Ooh, an Ultra picked off for free. Ooh.
Yeah. Baneling's rolling in, but, I mean, ByuN's cleanup of these Banes the entire game has just been so impressive. And now look at this. Rogue is forced into the fight. Nice fungal there. Let's see if he can clean this up.
Rogue really pushing forward very hard right now. The Ultra will be picked off as well, but the Ravagers and Infestors push everything back. It was like a pretty good defense from Rogue, but I think he took a little bit too much damage before he cleaned it up.
Yeah, he lost a lot of stuff, too. A lot of his Infestors going down. He does at least have a 4th base, though, which he does protect here. So he can get that up and mining, and, you know, he's got that going for him at least. 3-3 about to finish up, too.
Yeah, full upgrades for both sides right now. Well, about to be for Rogue. So that is a huge deal. A great creep spread as well. So if he can just get a few more units here with these Ultras, he should be able to hold on as long as he's being defensive. But that is why ByuN continually scans, continually kills creep. Ultras are like twice as strong if they have creep on their side.
Yep, they need that mobility to get on top of you. Their tusks are very long, but they're not long enough if you don't have that speed to get near them. I don't know where I was going with that one. But
no, that's great. I love that you call them tusks too. That's
what they are, right?
I think you're. Well, I mean, I think they're actually claws or something. I'm not really sure, but
oh boy, look at this!
I want a piano with their the keys made out of Ultralisk tusk for sure.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Oh man, Rogue needed that 4th base and he loses it. He's struggling to produce much at all at this point.
ByuN with that 4th base, that's really important. Oh,
tickles all of those.
Oh yeah, I guess they have +3 armor, huh?
Yeah. Well, ByuN is just, I love these drops. He always knows where to go with his drops. That's like just gonna get the most amount of damage.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen this out of Alive too, where he just goes for the, you know, not always goes for the 30. He doesn't always go for the main, even though that seems like such an easy drop location. He's always taking out this 4th over and over and over again. And
well, that's so important, especially on this map. That's how we saw Alive just dismantle everyone on this map so far, is denying the 4th base over and over and over. Rogue has given himself a better chance because he went to Hive quicker than we saw before with Impact. Not saying it's going to work, but definitely, you know, he has the types of units that can be more cost efficient to allow him to battle for longer on the Recon.
Tons of Liberators being added into the mix now. And he's just totally forgotten tanks. He doesn't even want them in his army. Just going to rely on the Liberators. Even with how many Ravagers are in the mix here for Rogue, he still doesn't care, just making mass Liberators behind this, 4 at a time, 3 at a time. Now he's adding in Ghosts to deal with the Ultras.
Ooh, yeah, and even an EMP going down on Infestors could be useful as well if they're all clumped up. So I like that Ghost choice a lot, actually. It can be hard to micro, though. Snipes get interrupted by Fungal, let's not forget.
That's very true. Let's see how ByuN wants to engage this. I think he also feels like he's got the advantage for sure, denying the 4th base this many times. And now that he's maxed out, he's done this before, where he waits until he maxes out, and then he goes for the attack. Bunch of Banelings are morphing here. They're all going to get taken out.
That Ultra's stuck there for a while, almost dies. You know, that's a fully upgraded Ultra. To lose that like that is very sad. Runs under the Liberation Zones. I don't think that's going to end well.
No, he's trying to get in there and get those Corrosive Biles to land, but in the meantime, he's losing so many of his units. And a bunch of Liberators still alive here, trying to kite off the creep. Now you can see how much less effective those Ultralisks become. They're both so low.
So painful to see those Ultralisks go down like that. Those are such expensive units. They're so important. If Rogue's going to win this, he needs to build that Ultralisk count, but instead, ByuN is picking them off at every single turn, and with these Ghosts coming out, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that you know, they only come in here. I would love to see Terrans add this in, you know, more and more often. They just seem so good against this composition in general, just with all the abilities they have. But nice to see him adding it in. And pretty consistent with the Liberator harass, too. He always just keeps Rogue active. And there we go, EMP's coming down.
Ooh, a really big deal. Runs to Liberation Zones as well. In fact, bombs himself a little bit with those Corrosive Biles. The Ultra's trying to close. He needs to pull those back, though. He's just going to lose them.
They just go down.
He's too good.
He fought all the way off this creep. Corrosive Bile's not going to be enough. And now he's got Ling Ravager. We're back to minute number 9.
Yeah.
And that's about all he's got for his army.
No, that game is pretty much done after that. Like, just ByuN played a really solid game. The thing is, Rogue really did too. This is a very tough map for Zerg versus Terran, but I think he fought in a very smart way and kept himself as a contender in the match till the end.
Yeah. Good try here by Rogue, but that's going to be it. This is the last of his army. 2 Ultras are coming out. Another Parasitic Bomb, but look at all of this bio grouping up. GG, ByuN taking out Rogue once again.
And that is a home map win for ByuN. Rogue getting a 4th loss, unfortunately. So ByuN right now looking fantastic. He is 5-1. Like, he has to really mess up not to make it out of this group right now. And I think that's making a lot of fans very happy.
He's looking really good. 1 more map, and he should be out of it. 3 away wins also really helping him out here. So even if he went to like 5-5 from here, he's still in a really good spot because of all of those away maps.
Yeah.
He's got to be feeling really good.
Yeah, he's almost just completely secured, and at that point he can really start to relax a bit more. And I tell you, the more I watch ByuN play in a situation like this, I wonder, Kespa Teams, why haven't you picked him up? Didn't he say in an interview he wants to play Pro League?
I think so, yeah. Well, I think maybe...
That's where I just dropped the mic.
Yeah. You just walk off camera, I'm like, dude, we got like 18, we got like 13
like
casts. Where are you
6 more
going?
hours, what are you doing?
Dude. But I think he missed the deadline for round 3.
Yeah.
Or he just wasn't picked up by then, so, you know.
It's too bad, because he's killing all these players that play Pro League, so I'm just saying.
Just saying.
And it's not every day that I say something like that. The Pro League players are the best. But
especially Rogue. I mean, he's one of the pillars of the junior Green Wings, you know. And